Welcome back, everybody. The Grand Tactician with Civil War. Grandpa Gaming is episode 32 of our viewer unit only Federal Summer 61 campaign using the a.o.m mod. So, last episode, we had ourselves a nice engagement over here at Richmond, holding on to the city, seeing off Jackson's corps of the Army of Washington. It has drug us down to the red. If they attack us again, the corps won't stay in positions. We gotta hope he gets into orange readiness fairly soon, or he will not be able to hold. Any unit approaching him will just kind of force him out of position. Even if it's only like a unit of 1,000 men, will force him out. We are currently flipping Petersburg, and that is well underway. So we're close to controlling all the cities, major cities inside of Virginia, outside of Norfolk. Every time, when it be one of my videos, my phone didn't go off. But we basically have most of Virginia secure at this point. My intention is now is to have the Army of the East. It's the Engineer Corps giving the Army of the East. Even though they're yellow readiness, okay, I did give them orders at the end of the last episode, so they still haven't fulfilled them. They are going to be moving down to Manassas Depot, resupplying there, and then pushing on into these other rebel corps in the AO that are possibly in a condition to fight, may not be in a condition to fight, but are being actively reinforced right now. If Jackson had waited for his additional reinforcements to arrive, he probably would have won the battle at Second Richmond. But they didn't wait for the reinforcements that came at me before they're ready to go. So I think Virginia's going to be cool for this episode. All the rebel corps that were in this area. Army of Ohio only has 19,000 men, so only got the one corps. We got Maury's Corps, Army of Alabama, outside of Columbus. Only one corps for that army. Army of Eastern Tennessee with 8,000 men because they're still a separate army. And Hardee's Corps, Army of Illinois, which is actually out here, so he's kind of away from his army command. So it looks like we do have two engagements coming up this episode. We're going to have a battle here outside of Columbus, it looks like, against Maury's Corps, Army of Alabama. And we have Daywood's Army of the Tennessee pushing against the Holmes Corps, and I believe the Indian Army is also here underneath. You can't really see, but it's there underneath Holmes Corps. Over here at Lebanon, from which they'll build a depot, rest up, maybe push down to Springfield and build a depot, probably be a better option, and then hopefully move against Carleton and get the campaign out here in the west moving again. Independent Cavalry Corps is still besieging the fort over here at Fort Gibson, and it's still in the rebels' favor. We only moved the game 2 days last episode, so it's now only showing the one broken brigade. So this siege could probably last a good long while. So they have just under 1,000 men inside this garrison. So unless this garrison brigade breaks, this will probably last a long time. Over here out in the Chesapeake Squadron is still blockading. They're at 6 ships right now. They'll be getting an additional one once the month turns in September. And the East Coast Squadron, which is our Fort Busters, are down to 3 ships. I kind of want to send them back out again, but they just don't have, and I've actually had to replace some of the frigates with steam frigates. All regular frigates are damaged. I want to push them back out again. We just don't have the ships for it, so we don't have to wait monthly for the ships in this squadron as we do with the East Coast Squadron or the blockading squadron, as these ships are already in service, so we just have to wait for them to get repaired to bring them back into service. And that looks like it's going to be a while. The Cumberland's at 46%, Savannah's at 37%, Sabine's at 83%, Potomac's at 86%, the Santee's at 64%. She was almost sunk. So getting those frigates back into action is probably going to be at least a month or two in game. And our new ironclads that are being built, where are they? The Comanche and the Canonicus are 18% built, so it's going to be a while before these two monitors are ready to go and join the fleet. All right, I think that covers everything for now. So our next engagement, we're going to have two this episode. So our next engagement is going to be right here at Columbus or down here at Lebanon. We'll see which one happens first. All right, it's now August 29th, and oh, there we go. So we got two things happening at once. So the Holmes Corps of the Army of Illinois and the Indian Army both decided not to fight. It's been a while since they've had an engagement. I figured they'd be ready to go, but they have chosen to withdraw instead of fight us. They are now retreating south towards Rockbridge, which is actually under our control, so I don't think they should be stopping there. They just might. We're going to hold position here at Lebanon for the time being and see where they go. So it looks like we're not going to have the two engagements this episode like I thought. But we do have the engagement over here at Columbus, Ohio. I think it's our second battle here. So our Army of the Mississippi with 21,701 infantry, 3,300 cavalry, almost 3,400, and 45 guns going up against the Maurice Corps, which only has 13,150 infantry, 2,046 cavalry, and 13 guns. This would be more concerning if Stevenson was actually backing him up, but he's nowhere near the vicinity. All right, let's jump in here and kick these boys out of Ohio. Welcome, my grunts, to the second battle. I think it's the second battle. It could be the third. I could be wrong. But we'll call this one the second battle of Columbus. So we are on the defensive. We're defending back here by the McDaniels farm. And we are on the Covington map with the rebels entering from the south over here. I had thought about doing previously what I had done before, which was push all the way, once the game play starts, push all the way up to here and into the forest. But I opted against that. So we are defending in two locations. Back towards the town of Covington itself with Smith's 3rd Infantry Division off in the woods here with Sickles' 5th Siamese Rifles and Michael Rain's Penny Brigade. And on the left of them is, that's one division commander, Cadwalder's 5th Infantry Division, lined up behind 3 different fences. I decided to try something a little different here if they do attack here, is have 3 echelons defense line here. So once these guys run out of ammo, start to break, they can fall back behind the other 2 lines of infantry. It's something I just wanted to try out. I don't think it's going to work for this fight because the rebels we're vastly outnumbered the rebels in this fight. So I don't really see this as working. Plus, I also have the Irish Creamers and Jeremy's Crazy X supporting them off to their left. Over here on the right, along this approach road here, which the rebels may or may not use, I have Sheridan's 1st Infantry Division with 1st German Rifles, 1st Indiana Rifles, and 6 mass volunteers. And the 1st Illinois Engineers are here also to build some breastworks for these forces here as they are off in the open, and they are supported by Culloden's Revenge. And I've left the 1st Cavalry Division centered between the 2 divisions so I can shift them in either direction as necessary to support either force. It's already 17:30 on the battlefield. We're showing a minor defeat, which is a little surprising as we're on territory controlled wise, but they're at 43.8 morale to our 43.9 morale. Plus, we hold the objective points. I don't know what's showing us a minor defeat off the bat, and we have no low morale units. So if they don't attack us before sundown, I envision the rebels withdrawing overnight. I could be wrong. I've been wrong about that in the past, but I don't really see them standing and fighting this one out. But we'll see. All right, it's now a little after 8 p.m. on the 29th. We do have our first sighting of rebel infantry here, the Senior Brigade of S.D. Lee's division, coming into sight now. So we just opened up on them. This is Jeremy's Crazy X. It had to be the Irish Creamers. Yep. We got 14-pounder Jameses. They should have a longer range.
We'll give them canister
than what I'm seeing. That's kind of odd. Let's push you boys forward a little bit. I expected to see their cavalry first. They are strung out along this main road here, so the day should be ending in about 2100 hours. So, the rebels will probably redeploy, but I think this is going to give us a good chance to drop a flank attack in with the 1st Infantry Division and Irish Creamers. Is this the Irish Creamers, or I was just looking at them? That's Culloden's Revenge. So we may have a good opportunity to come right across this field here and slap the rebel rear over here come morning, once they commit to the engagement. They're not doing so already. I would like to do as much damage to this rebel corps as possible and keep them out of play for a bit. It looks like they're coming to form up into battle lines over here. We'll let this play out. Looks like it'll be a few minutes before any action starts, so I'll be back. All right, it's now 2048, and we do have a full division front coming on at us. Looks like we got some vedettes riding at us that the Yorkshires are about to take care of. I don't know what they were doing with those vedettes, but that was a bad idea. There's no way they didn't see these troops at that point, but it's a possibility. Yeah, just stay there and get shot down. We'll take that. We got here Featherston's Brigade, 12th Louisiana, the Senior Brigade, 10th Arkansas, 12th Arkansas. Oh, they are double timing into position now. Looks like they're trying to get on my flank. How do we not see these guys? There they are. Do they have us ranged? That's not good. I'm gonna give them to them pennies. I've already issued orders for the cavalry and 1st Infantry Division to close up. So they are just now getting on the move with the infantry. Cavalry is arriving in position. Keep our lines laying down until the detachments can be pushed back and the main lines come on. Mississippi Light Battery, Point Coupee Artillery, and they did an overnight withdrawal right as the day ended. Are you kidding me? I had a feeling they were going to, whether we made contact or not, they were going to withdraw, and they didn't choose to withdraw. Oh, that sucks. So the 2 big engagements I was expecting for this episode just didn't happen. All right, we got 10 of their infantry, 20 of their cavalry, plus total up to 60, so we must have fought some command staff. Well, we didn't get any of their guns, but we definitely killed some of the crewmen. And we lost 19 infantry. Save that BS battle. Now I'm going to quickly go through the reports here. Now they're going to look at losses. I don't think we got any of their commanders. We definitely didn't get any of their commanders. So take a look at that real fast. Nope. All right. All right. Penny Brigade got 17 infantry. First in fight. And the Yorkshires got 22 infantry. I guess the rest belongs to the artillery. Irish Creamers got 2 infantry. got more than that. They've been firing for a while. And Jerry's Crazy X got 9 infantry, 8 artillery for a total of 17. All right. Get close out of here and head back to the campaign screen. All right, we're not even going to call this one a battle. We're just going to call this a skirmish at Columbus. Skirmish at Columbus says ended with Maury's corps retreating in panic. The enemy's force suffered total casualties of 59 men. There are 10 killed and 21 captured. Our casualties total 20 men, 4 killed, 1 missing, and the rest are wounded. And captured 16 rifles and 21 soldiers. And somehow General Cadwalader becomes a national hero out of this. What? Okay. Let's get play on map. Get this rolled off. Yeah, I want you boys holding position so we figure out where they're going. So the last thing I want them doing is getting down here, making a left and going back up behind us, which is a possibility of happening. But we control the nodes over here. So we want to chase these forces. We don't want to just let them slip away. Now with this happening over here, it says Stevenson's corps is down in this AO, so we're going to push down to Chillicothe. Chase this corps out, hopefully run into Stevenson's corps, maybe get a fight out of them, or fight out of both of them at the same time. So with both these corps together, if this does have 20,000 men in it, would be a good fight. Looks like Army East has arrived at Manassas Junction. We'll let them sit here for a day or two. Get them, I need them. I can't move them now to go after these corps, not when they're so low yellow-orange. Probably could. I need to clear the Army of the Peninsula out. They haven't fought in a long time. They've just been kind of sitting there for forever, so I want them gone also. So a few things we need done. Petersburg has flipped into our control, so once Dix is in the green, I'm going to start pushing him back down into his area of operation. I think we might be able to push him straight down to Knoxville. He could follow this rail line straight to Knoxville. There's nobody between him and Knoxville. Ooh. That's a tasty thought. That puts him back in his area of operations. That's what I wanted him to do originally, but there's nobody nearby that could block him. I mean, the rebels have a numerical advantage on us, but they're not using it properly. Who's withdrawing now? Hampton. That's the Army commander. All right, we'll let the map play out for a little bit, and it looks like I'll probably be back with the monthly. All right, it's now September 1st, and we're going to go to the map real quick as there's been one change here. So, Army of Mississippi, which was going to pursue Maury down to Chillicothe, I've given them new orders. It looks like the rebel corps that were down around Portsmouth, Hillsborough region are now making their way to Cincinnati. So, he's been given orders to move back to Columbus, get on the rail lines, and move back down to Cincinnati and engage them here. So this may be our next big engagement right over here. And it looks like the rebel corps that are heading towards Rockbridge. We lost sight of them here, though we got questionable intelligence that they moved from Rockbridge through the woods over here down into Salem. You never really see that happen. But I'm going to roll with that as the intelligence I have. So I've given orders for the Army of Tennessee to start moving on in Carrollton. And hopefully we'll take that city and be able to support the independent cavalry corps. It looks like the Army of Texas is going to be crossing north into the Indian Territory, probably to relieve the siege over there at Tuskegee. And there's only major changes right now. It's only been 2 days. So it's time to get into the monthlies. All right, economy. Current rate of our economy is A-, which is very good, or remained unchanged. I could have sworn we cut a bond earlier in the month, but I could be wrong. It's been a few episodes for the entire month. Current economy cycle is recovered. Wealth of our population is below average and increasing compared to the previous month. The tax revenues increased by $330 million. Not sure if that number is accurate. Total export volume last month was 776 million out, with 802 coming in. So we're still slowly closing that gap up. Average core production over the last 3 months was from 442 million, or 424 million, my apologies. Change of plus 6.7 million compared to the previous month. And we're still lacking food, wool, coffee. It says we have no overproduction, which I find kind of odd. We should have an overproduction of wood. And if we look here, we're still spending 219 million more a month than we're bringing in. So the 330 million was our revenue for the month, not the increase. So I knew that report was wrong. I have to find some way to bring this down, but I think we're still good. We're really not spending, we're not overly spending deficit-wise. We're spending a lot less than the Union actually did in real life, so I'm kind of happy with that. All right, intelligence. According to our intelligence sources and analysis, the Confederate government is currently discussing foreign policies, government funding 1. We haven't done that already? Confederate relations to Great Britain is still sitting at 39%, which has not changed in the last few months. 2 new ships have been that's us. We started building 2 new ships, and those are the 2 monitors. And morale of the Confederate Army is currently at 48%, which seems accurate. This is usually fairly close to what it is. Not always is, but it's usually fairly close. It's the intelligence that we have. And we're here to strategy screen. We have knocked our national morale down. Oh, James Longstreet is taking over as General Chief of the Confederate Armies. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Our morale is at 73 to their 56. National support, we're at 70 to their 96. So they have a lot of support still. Morale of armies, we're at 76 to their 48. Royal States, 26 to 16. Men in the field, we have 109,415 in the field to their 224,275. They do have that numbers advantage, but as we saw in the last couple of episodes, they were making transfers. So those soldiers aren't really in the field. They're transferring between units. So those transfers should be complete here soon, which is a little worrying for what's going on in Virginia. Navy tonnage, we have 134,520 tons to their 152,250 tons. They keep building these ships, but they're not really using them. We've only had the 1 naval engagement so far in this series. Military experience, we're at 22 to their 24, which really doesn't make sense to me, but that's the way it is. Battles won, we're at 59 to their 16. And a lot of these ones they have here are actually against forts, not against our own armies. Total casualties, we're sitting at 42,712 to their 105,021. So we're doing better than 2 to 1 on the casualties at this point, which is something that's really nice to see. And trade warfare, economy, nothing really there that has to worry us too much. All right, policies. We're currently working on Breadbasket 1 as we're just now, right at this moment, just waiting for Chapter 3 to open up. So before we can move on to other policies that I want to do. So we're just kind of marking time right now with the breadbasket policy. Projects, what do we have available? Search reform, subsidized industry. Really nothing here that I want right now. You don't have enough for repeating rifles? Or do we have to wait for... Oh, we're $100,000 short. Rebuilt ironclads, don't need that. Modern warships, no. Command reform, no. Oh, we need military 3 for that project, okay. Would like another level of weapons production. That's going to take a while to save up for. Because I do want to get more of our Sharps rifles and 20-pounder Parrots into the field. We're not producing them fast enough. And this does use industrial funding and not military funding. The colors on the industry and military are so similar, they should have made this a whole different color. There's nothing that we really want right now. We don't need the farm mechanization. I'm not building any railroads currently, though I probably could. Though I doubt any of them will be finished before the end of the game, and not even subsidized for them. We could build the Iowa and Davenport and Ohio line, and the Minnesota and Chicago. If we're going to build these lines, it would have been right at the start of the campaign, because these are going to be nowhere near done before the campaign's over, I believe. I'm more interested in building railroads on the southern campaign than I am a northern campaign, so I don't have as many in the south. Yeah, so we're not going to be taking any projects, I don't think. Administration reform, another level of that's just kind of outside of our funding areas. We're probably going to start taking some propaganda, counter-propaganda, occupation administration, stuff like that as soon as we have the money for it. We're not going to send envoys. So my entire thing was helping the rebels along with that as much as possible. They're just not shifting that in their direction at all. All right, I think that covers everything for the monthly. Kind of a short monthly there. Are you ready to go yet? Not quite yet. He's almost getting ready to move again. Once we have him slightly into the green, we are going to push him down to Knoxville. And how are we looking here with the grunts? I may not be able to move them until the grunts are at least in the orange, or the Army of the East makes their push south, which should be hopefully be in the next few days. I don't need them fully green. I need them mostly to green to go push into this force here. May just end up ignoring the Army of the Peninsula. The Engineer Corps can't fight them. No, we got 1,700 men in that force and 4 guns. They're just there. I'm really not sure what is going to be happening next, so I'll see you at the next incident. All right, it's now September 3rd, just turning into 1 a.m. here, and they snuck the Army of Ohio. Ooh, what corps is that? Stevenson's Corps, Army of the Ohio, 20,000 men, has snuck into Covington while we were away. So we're on our way to handle that right now. Kind of surprised they did not make a move against Louisville yet. They have the forces to go take it. I can't hold both cities with one of my corps being away from the AO, but we're going to go kick these guys in the teeth right now. Thankfully, the Nashville Squadron cannot block us from crossing here because there is a bridge. This is our city, our state. Get the hell out. All right, our Army of Mississippi, 21,698 men, 3,400 cavalry, 45 guns under command of Buell. It's going up against Stevenson's Corps, Army of the Ohio, under Maxey Gregg with 19,600 men, no cavalry, 9 guns. That's interesting. Where the hell's all their cavalry and guns? That's neither here nor there. Let's go in and kick him out. Welcome, my grunts, to the Battle of Covington. So, this is interesting. This is a map we have fought on many times before. This is the Big Creek Ridge map. And fought on many times, usually around this area, back in this area, down over here, and over here where the Rebel Defense Point is. I've never actually had to attack from this direction before. This is interesting. We're actually coming in from the north. I've never come onto this map from the north before, all of my years of playing this game. Which gives us a little interesting tactical advantage here. As instead of coming down the roads here and up the road here straight towards the defense point, I'm actually going to stack my units up here at the northern side or the eastern side of our deployment zone, march us cross country up into the woods over here and attack out of these woods at the objective. So we'll have cover the entire way. So very straightforward plan. And one I hope works to our advantage. because this allows us to push out of the woods and hopefully push up to the rail line along their flank, if that's the way they are defending. I could be wrong. They could be on the rail line facing us when we get there, which would be interesting nut to crack. But we're definitely going to try it out. Get our infantry into here, get our artillery over here with cavalry support, and see what happens. Get these troops set up and get them on the move. It's 8 o'clock in the morning, so we have the full day for this fight. Hopefully we can have it done before the day's over. All right, it's now a little after 11 o'clock in the morning. It's taking me a couple hours to get my troops in position. I've had the cavalry and artillery up and softening up these targets a little bit, just letting them do their own thing. Took out one of their batteries already. They didn't have much in the way of guns anyway. So my infantry is moving up on the north side of these woods here. As you can see, the rebel line actually stretches from about here, stretches out and down around here. And they're up in the woods in this location, which I really wasn't expecting, but they are there. So we're going to be leading this off with the 3rd Infantry Division, beginning with the Rains Penny Brigade to hit this brigade here. I'm going to have Sickles' 5th Siamese follow up behind them. What I want to do is get the 5th Division, not the 5th, this is the 5th, no, 3rd. So the 5th Division, their 3 brigades, up here along the edge of the map, around the rebels over here, and get them up onto the high ground behind them. Force these guys to turn out while the 1st Infantry Division pushes through the woods here, and hopefully we can sandwich the right wing of the rebel force. That's my intention. Going through these woods is going to take a while.
Keep the cadence, damn you! One! Keep the cadence, damn you! One!
You get an attack order, should be moving faster than that. Don't tell me the Siamese are going to get ahead of you, pennies. I'll let Sickles take this, as that's what you're going to be doing. Yeah, I guess I'll have Sickles lead the attack. You guys can, or is this going to be a marching mess? Yeah, it's going to be a marching mess. Sickles halt. Let's get this straightened out.
Right shoulder, shift. Keep up then, don't fall behind.
All right, Nola Chuckies, we need you to skirt on through.
Keep up then, don't fall behind.
Send the brigades one at a time if I have to keep this from happening. I hate it when stuff... March through, pennies, come on.
Check your weapons, keep them clean. I'm stuck. Hope we don't need to march.
Let's get you guys into the woods over here.
Slide in the ranks.
Rains, keep this up. I will replace your ass.
Keep your head. I got any. Sergeant, what was that?
All right, I think I need you boys to stand up. We're not seeing as much as we should.
What was that over
All right, I can see their guns again. Go back to counter battery. I'm taking a few losses in my batteries. That's because I couldn't see theirs for a second because I had the cavalry laying down to reduce their casualties, but apparently that was a bad idea.
Soon enough, we'll see the elephant.
The hell are you doing, Rains?
Keep calm, boys. Right shoulder, shift.
swear to God, if everybody ordered after you is in position before you are getting relieved of command.
What? Keep your hands. Anybody got any water? I'm starving. Anybody got? Keep the cage, damn you! One. Right shoulder. Anyone got any water to serve?
Baldwin's Brigade, Stevenson's Division, 850 men. Hopefully we can clear them out quickly.
Extra ranch. Anyone got any water to serve? Keep up, men. Don't fall behind. Wide in the ranks. Wide in the ranks. Don't fall behind. Keep up the fire.
Should be firing at those batteries over there, but it doesn't look like you are. No, fire at the Hamden artillery.
Keep up, men. Don't fall behind. Anyone got any water to serve? Right shoulder. Shift.
Yeah, they see it's coming now.
Anyone got any water to serve? Right shoulder.
And they got his range. Okay. And falling back under that range.
Check your weapons. Keep 'em.
Trying to fall back on Simonton. Or Simonton, however you pronounce that. There we go. Send you guys forward first because you have that sharpshooter perk. Use it. And good initial opening volley. I might be sending the first in there sooner than I thought.
Keep your head. Anybody?
No Chuckies, get through the woods, damn it. Do not delay my plans. Falling back again. Stay on them, boys. They're getting ready to break already, really. You're marching through the woods. Put the bands away. Come on. Siamese push through. Stop stopping, Shackleford. Keep moving. And if anybody's wondering what today's battle brew is, it is Fighting 69th whiskey. You know, honestly, with my cavalry out here, what I was trying to do with the cavalry, besides keeping them in sight, was try to bait these brigades out. Does not look like they want to get baited out. Oh, God damn it, Shackleford. Get your men moving. We're getting no cover from the woods like we should be. Alright, first, looks like we're sending you in sooner than I thought. Get them to fall back under the pressure. First Germans will be heading their way to fire pretty soon. And the 6th Mass does have Sharps rifles. I was able to start handing out Sharps rifles to other brigades. After the last ones received, I'm still waiting for more to be constructed. Just take a while to build. I don't want to double time you guys and exhaust you, but you're starting to piss me off. Halt, let the Siamese move past. They probably noticed the German. Oh, they're getting ready to break. That's why they started pulling back. It's not that they noticed the Germans coming on them. That where I had the Siamese advancing to. Whoa, you boys. Charleston guards are really well armed. Holy crap. Who is this? 7th Texas. Yeah, we know they had sharpshooter rifles. Charleston Guards. I don't think they had them before. That's fine. Let's come out here. We're changing plans, but not a big one. Come on, Siamese, push forward. Pennies lay down for now. Almost in range, you can make up for the casualties here pretty quickly. He's the Army commander. Still pulling back. What the hell are you guys doing? Get moving. You're not part of the fighting. Not yet, anyway. That's laying some 6th. Germans, take them down. Actually doing a good chunk of damage to that, sharpshooter brigade right there. There they go. All right, sickles my mad lad. Keep going. What the hell is that order? Crush this flank here, and that might just be all we do. Just stay right there in that bowl, boys. We'll take care of you. Oh, we're definitely taking out a bunch of command staff over here. Just punched a big hole in the Baldwin's brigade. This one I gave you boys advance orders. I know I gave advance orders. Just keep sitting there and shooting. That's fine. All right, pennies. Yorkshire's coming on the flank. And all the Chuckies, I know I gave orders for you to move. Get out there. Get to 9 CS. Why are my orders being canceled? It's kind of weird now. 6, head for LZ. God damn it, push in, boys. We are crushing this flank. Getting in there. Those brigades were there. There we go. Gun them down. Yep, they're breaking. Double all of a sudden. Nope, getting done what I want. We got a sandwich happening. Grab a bunch of prisoners out of that. Six, push forward, damn it. Allow the mass to fire some more with their sharps. That's it, keep cutting them down. Cavalry. Gotta do something stupid, boys. withdraw. Cavalry, get in here. They want out. They got to go through us. Come on, Cavalry, get in here. Now you guys got the longest to go. Go get them, boys. We're gonna make this a major victory come hell or high water. Good volley, get in there. All right, go get them, boys. Hoosiers just broke. Hopefully it did more damage than they took. They haven't started a full withdrawal yet. I'm kind of surprised. They should be starting one now. Got them at 15% cash. You need to knock them up to 19. Here's retreat. Attack didn't go as well as I wanted to, but it also going pretty damn well at the same time. Keep firing, boys. Keep firing. Get the South Carolina militia. Just lose sight of them. Give me a volley. Give me a volley, damn it. Never mind. We got them at 17% casualties. And Missouri Home Guard just broke. And we're just about out of time. Doesn't look like we're going to get the major out of this one. Unless we get Elsie's brigade to surrender, but that's kind of doubtful. Nope. There goes Lightning Brigade. But I think all my cavalry brigades, you know, hand-to-hand combat in this game is kind of broken. But I think all my cavalry brigades did better than they received. All right, we took out 3,500 of their 20,000 infantry. They had no cavalry on the field. We got 10 of their 15 guns. Total loss of 3,600 of their 20,000 men. We lost 1,010 of our 21,693 infantry, 461 of our 3,405 cavalry, 3 of our 44 guns to counter battery fire. Total loss of 1,510 of our 25,752 men. All right. Attack didn't go off as I wanted it to, but it still kind of followed the same guidelines. I really hoped to get more of their men than I did. We came up just shy of the major victory, though we did put a good hurting on the force, but 2-1 in the casualties. On an attack with 2-1 casualties, I'll take that. For an attack, I will take that. All right, combat reports. I feel so much better after that aborted battle earlier. All right, engineers did not fight. 1st Cavalry Division, Missouri Home Guard did 137 to infantry, captured 39. 2 to artillery for total 178. Hoosier Horsemen did 164 to infantry, captured 34 for total 198. Lightning Brigade did 203 to infantry, captured 67. 27 to artillery and captured another 20 for total 317. Division total 693. Losses, Missouri Home Guard, 30 dead, 129 wounded, 31 missing for total 190. Aggregate strength 885, 18% casualties. Hoosier Horsemen, 18 dead, 114 wounded, 15 missing, total 147. Aggregate strength 975, 13% casualties. Lightning Brigade, 14 dead, 91 wounded, 19 missing, total 124. Aggregate strength 1,081, 10% casualties, 13% for the division. 3rd Infantry Division, Penny Brigade did 169 to infantry. 5th Siamese Rifles did 359 to infantry, plus up to 379, so they caught a lot of command staff with their volleys. 548 for the division. Losses, Penny Brigade, 26 dead, 133 wounded, 15 missing for total 174. Aggregate strength 2,558, 6% casualties. 5th Siamese Rifles, 33 dead, 153 wounded, 26 missing, total 212. Aggregate strength 2,592, 8% casualties, 6% for the division. 1st Infantry Division, 1st German Rifles did 409 to infantry, plus up to 411. They caught some command staff. 6th Massachusetts Volunteers did 526 to infantry, plus up to 531. There was a lot of command staff down there. 1st Indiana Rifles did 264 to infantry. Losses, 1st German Rifles, 20 dead, 144 wounded, 30 missing, total 194. Aggregate strength 1,585, 11% casualties. 6th Mass, 9 dead, 65 wounded, 13 missing, total of 87. Aggregate strength 1,941, 4% casualties. 1st Indiana, 29 dead, 210 wounded, 27 missing, total 266. Aggregate strength 2,519, 10% casualties, 8% for the division. 5th Division, Nolichucky Legion did 163 to infantry, captured 57, total of 230. 6th Royal Australian Rifles did 305 to infantry, captured 5 for total 310. And New Yorkshire Republicans did 77 infantry, plus up to 78 to cause somebody's command staff. Losses, Nolichuckies, 3 dead, 21 wounded, 1 missing for a total 225. Aggregate strength 2,226, 1%. 6th RAR, 12 dead, 36 wounded, 4 missing, total 52. Aggregate strength 2,806, 2% casualties. And the Yorkshires lost nobody, so they have an aggregate strength 2,858. 2nd Artillery, Jeremy's Crazy X did 174 to infantry, 27 to artillery for total 203. Irish Creamers did 154 to infantry, 6 to artillery for total 162. And Culloden's Revenge did 110 to infantry, 7 to artillery for total 119. Losses, Jeremy's X lost 11 dead, 17 wounded, 3 missing, total 31. Aggregate strength 198, 14% casualties. Irish Creamers, 0 dead, 1 wounded. Aggro strength 205. Culloden's Revenge. 1 dead, 5 wounded, 1 missing, total of 7. Aggro strength 212. 3% for that battery. All right, I don't believe we lost any officers. I didn't see a report come through with that, or may have missed it. No, we didn't lose anybody. We should have gotten some of these rebel officers. We hit a lot of command staff in that fighting. Let's see if we got... We wounded Greg, the commander of the Army of Ohio. Killed Brigadier General Kershaw. Separate regiment, separate brigade. Wounded General Pegram. Wounded Colonel Fisher of the Danville Artillery. Wounded Major Mary of the Hamden Artillery. Wounded Pender. Wounded Cable. Yeah, we got some of their officers in this fight, and it wasn't all artillerymen this time, including the Army commander. So, that's a pretty damn good showing. I'll get closed out here, and I'll see you all at the newspaper screen. Victory at Second Battle of Covington. Army of Ohio fleeing in panic, and they blamed it on a poor old lieutenant colonel once again. I really do hate seeing that. Battle of Covington is end with the Army of Ohio retreating in panic. The enemy's reported suffered total casualties of 3,623 men. There were 610 killed and 1,326 captured. Our casualties totaled 1,510 men, with 206 dead, 185 missing, and the rest wounded. We captured 1,716 rifles and 3 guns from the field and sent 1,284 soldiers off to our vacation camps. All right, let's get this battle rolled off. Still a lot of rebel forces in the air. It looks like Maury's Corps stayed up by Columbus, which is kind of... I'm going to have to go back and deal with him. I don't like that, but we're going to have to go back and deal with him. How are we looking over here? Almost ready to move the army to the east into our next combat. How are we looking with the grunts? They are almost back to orange. And Dix is now in the green, so we're going to give the AI another big fit here, and we're going to push him. Might be a bad idea. We don't control all the rail line. We control the rail line up to Abingdon. So we're going to take the rail line down to Abingdon and then march them into Knoxville. I had thought about sending him at Norfolk, but my corps in the area will take care of Norfolk. I may take that down if my fleet is ready. I may take down the fortification at Norfolk before sending any of the infantry. And if I can capture the fort without having to siege it down, I'll do that. Now we're looking out here in the west. Still haven't made it to Springfield. Why aren't you showing movement orders? I know I gave you movement orders. Game's glitching out on me again. I know I gave them movement orders down in Carrollton. They disappeared. Independence, how we doing? Siege is slowly starting to shift in our direction, ever so slowly, but it is. I'm really worried about the Army of Texas showing up to put a damper on that siege. So I do want these guys down to Carrollton. Hopefully, we can either draw them away or move to engage them, because we got to keep them away from this siege. Once the Indian batteries formed up, that'll be a help. But they're still over a month away from forming up. Probably another month before they transfer out to them. Looks like all that's rolled off. There's the Army of Alabama. That's just their command structure. With this, we didn't lose control of Covington, but we do have to get that foot back over to us fully. Oh, and they left a gift of a depot over here. So let's empty those supplies out and send them over to one of our other depots and then burn that down, because we don't need that. All right, I think I'll be ending this episode here. Looks like we got some moves happening. Battles I thought were going to happen that didn't happen, but we do have major moves happening, especially out here in the west. Once we hold Knoxville, I think we're about to change the face of this campaign. Then again, we got the winter coming on, so things might change over the winter. Just, I'll sit steady in the winter and let my troops recover, have a merry pixelated Christmas and all that, but the rebels sure as hell won't. But once again, if you're a new viewer, return viewer, you're not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you do, remember that bell icon so your next video comes out. If you're following along in the series and enjoying it, don't forget to bayonet that like button and butt stroke that comment section. And I'll see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.